welcome to the Jacob Gospel Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about permission. So, I give you permission. You have permission. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, I think as we grow in society, um, we look to others for that affirmation. We look to others for permission. We look for that approval in that other person. So I'll tell you a little story. Whenever I was younger, my dad had labeled me as a laborer, because I had wanted to start a business. I had wanted to do something more. And he said I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because we were laborers. And it made no sense to me, but he told me that, so that's what it was. Even though I felt something inside, I just really went through my life knowing that I was a laborer because my dad told me I was. So as fathers, that's what we do for our kids. We tell them things and they take it for granted. So he labeled me as a laborer, but I also felt there was something more inside. So going throughout young adulthood, I knew that I wanted to own a business, but I also knew that I was a laborer. So what I did, I found something that kind of filled the gap or stayed between those lines of being a laborer and owning my own business. So I got in the electrical field, and which was great. It worked. It worked good. But I always wonder if I'd have did the things that I thought and I felt in my heart from the beginning, how would it have been different? So fast forward, 20 years, or over 20 years now, but I think we still look to others for that approval. If I have an idea, let's just say it's a business idea, the first thing that I do is I'll go talk to my wife, or I'll talk to my friend, or I'll go and talk to somebody to see what they think. Basically, I'm asking permission to do it if they think it's a good idea. And regardless of, or actually depending on what they say, it'll actually influence what I do and how aggressive I attack that goal and the actions that I take therefore, moving forward. So if they say that that's a great idea, well, then I'll run with it. If they say, man, no one's ever done it before, do you really think you could do that with your education or lack thereof? It'll plant a seed of doubt, and then it'll hold you back. I've lived that my entire life where I go through those cycles again and again and again. And I wonder what it would look like if we would just not seek that permission and not seek that approval. In studying successful people, what I realize is they don't tell anybody anything. Now, there's a big difference. They'll consult with people to get education and get information that they need to be able to move forward with their goal, but they're not looking for that approval. And what happens is if they speak to someone that has a negative comment or that seed of doubt, what happens, they realize they don't let it in. They don't let it affect them. And they realize that doubt is that other person's lack of vision. They literally can't see what I see. So therefore, that doubt is irrelevant to me. So you keep moving forward with whatever it is that you're trying to do. And that'll make you successful. So why do we do that? And I think it's because of fear. I think it's fear. I think fear comes in where, we don't want other people to say, we're failures. We don't want to be criticized in any kind of way. For whatever it is, we want to feel good all the time. And that fear of feeling bad, that fear of someone looking at us like we're not measuring up, is uncomfortable and a little painful. And we don't want to feel that. So we want to, as a society, we would rather agree or have others agree with us and be aligned with the majority than actually go against, but really take your own route and do your own thing. And I think the lack of confidence in that is stem from the fear of what society would say. So if we would just get the confidence to be able to move forward with our own ideas and our own vision, regardless of what it is. I use business as an example, but it could be anything. It could be coaching your kids' softball team. It doesn't matter. Um, what comes into it is like that first fear is like, who am I? Who am I to be able to coach that? Or who am I to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do? But if you have the confidence of doing it and you study and learn how to do what you're going to do and you have the vision for it, who said you couldn't? I'm reminded of a pastor, was it Darius Daniels that said that? Who told you that? Who told you that? Because I know for me, God told me who I am. I'm defined by who he says I am, not who my wife says I am, not who my dad says I am, not who Heidi says I am. It doesn't matter. All that matters is who God says I am. So when you know that and you're confident in that and you can live in that, then you can do the things that you want to do without worrying about judgment from other people. Because really it's the lack of vision that they have. It's the fear. Some people just literally don't want you to do good, and a lot of times it's people that are close to you that'll be jealous of you, or, they want you to do good, but not as good as they do, because then what happens is, in their eyes, it makes them look bad. And it's just not true. It's not true at all. I hope people around me do 10 times better than I do. Because what it does, it gives me inspiration to do better. And I think the difference in those people is, it's all fear driven, but it's people that don't want to do more than what they're doing now. They're comfortable where they're at. They don't want to change. So therefore, the only way to make them feel like they're still accomplishing things is to tell you not to do something, or at least to plant that fear where you'll second guess it and always be living on the edge of, am I good enough? So you have to give yourself permission. It's simple as that. You can do it. I give you permission. So if you're looking for someone to affirm you, if you're looking for someone to give you permission to go and follow your dream, then I give it to you here and now. Because God wouldn't have given you the vision and the desire in your heart to be able to go do those things if he wouldn't equip you along the way. And you don't have to see the whole picture to get started. You just have to take the first step. It's kind of like climbing a staircase, that, spiral staircase. You can't see all the steps to the top, but as you step, you can see the few steps in front of you. And that's how life is. That's how following your dreams are. There's going to be surprises. There's going to be things that go wrong. And failure is a part of the process. But if you don't give yourself permission to pursue it, you're never going to find out if you can actually accomplish it or how good it actually can be. So don't rate success on just monetary value. You have to put it on your desires. What did God define you as? What is success in your heart? And whenever you come to the realization that you do not need approval from others, it takes all the pressure. It takes all the pressure away from you, because you can go do what you have to do, and what others say is irrelevant. So I would encourage you to do that today, and go and give yourself permission. Write it down. Write down what you want to do. We talked about a vision board a couple weeks ago. So I want you to, write those things down, put it on your vision board, and give yourself permission to dream about it and speak it. Like, get in the mirror and speak about it, and know that you're good at it. and stop looking for approval in other people, because in the end, whenever times get tough, or in the good times, of course, when in the good times, everybody wants to be your friend. In the bad times, they'll be there to tell you, I told you that wasn't going to work. But it's pointless to have those people in your corner like that. Give yourself permission. Go do it. Go do whatever it is that you want to do. Like always, if you like this video, follow us on social media, share this video. So on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and on YouTube, like and share this video with others. And this concludes the Jacob Gospel Podcast.